Well, this is a very good question by Suhas TI. He says, "Hi bro, good with your reviews and videos. Thanks a lot. Doing my best. Continental GT have any problems like the other REs? Because I'm planning to buy a GT." And another question is for Rise. Do you prefer a RE or a KTM? Well, I have another question on my FB which is very similar, which says that what naked bikes do I like, or do I only like these kind of iron horses? Well, I like naked bikes a lot. I would love to have a naked bike to maneuver all around the city. And just to let you guys know, check this out. Yeah, you saw this picture. This is the BMW 310 which is coming up. All right, it's really sick. It's by BMW and collaboration with TVS. Yes, so the manufacturing is done in India. If that's happening, that means this bike will be under 2 lakhs or nearly 2 lakhs, or maybe at the cost of a KTM. It looks dope. It is amazing bike. There is another question related to this about the Adventure series. You'll be surprised that the same bike is also coming in the Adventure series. Check this out. Yes, this is how it looks. The Adventure series will be a little more expensive than 2 lakhs cap. These are all the rumors of pricing which I have got. Also, if you notice, Honda is launching a 500 Adventure series. You can see this image. Yeah, so I think next year we are expecting a lot of new adventure bikes or tourers or these kind of naked bikes. So people who are planning to buy such bikes, please hold your horses. Next year is the right time to buy these bikes. Okay, next question is from Lakpa Dorji. Lakpa Dorji has a GT. He says, hey brother, he wants to lower down the GT handlebar further down to the fork assembly, which looks something really good. He recently did that on his GT and looks stylish, but it's not comfortable. Alright, there was another way of doing it. Do you have any idea about that? Thank you. Well, Lakpa Dorji, I just want to reply to this. It really looks dope. It gives you a complete sports bike feel and a good ride for that, but I don't recommend that for long rides. In reality, you are right, the handlebars were supposed to be lower than that. So when you turn it, it's very good to lean your bike and take a nice curve. Obviously, Royal Enfield realized it's not comfortable. They wanted to launch a bike which is sporty, which has a little bend, but not that much that people can't ride in the city and have pressure on their palms. So that's the reason they've kept the assembly of handlebars on top, so that it's an easy ride for us. And that's why I've never changed it to the lower handlebar, just for the looks, because for me it's the looks as well as comfort, and I use this bike for rides, so I should not tamper around with it. Well, next question is from Derek Kandor. He says that hey Bob. He calls me Bob. Maybe I look like Bob, but my name is Raj. Anyways, he says, please help me. Which one is the best, ES 350 or a classic 350? Based on daily city ride, mileage, maintenance, few modification like handlebar, silencer. Your inputs are well appreciated. Your reviews are very clear. Kudos. Thanks a ton. Well, Derek, I would like to answer that. Both bikes are really nice when it comes to mileage and everything. I hope you know both bikes have the same engine. So let's not talk about mileage, and let's not talk about city ride, and let's not talk about maintenance, because both bikes have the same engine. Alright. Now talking about silencer, handlebar and a little bit of looks. If you see, the pillion seating of the Electra is much more comfortable than a Classic. So for pillion riding, Electra is much more comfortable. Secondly, Classic is a little heighted than the Electra. When I sit on an Electra, it's a little easier for riding. Classic is a little heighted for me, but it is fun as well. So that is a second point for you. When it comes to handlebar and silencer, both bikes can do justice for handlebar and silencer. The only difference you need to watch out is the tires. The Electra has thin tires, and Classic 350 has decent tires with good grip. I hope someday Royal Enfield puts Classic tires on Electra. The Electra sale will increase like hell. Alright, so I hope I answered right, and you can choose the bike. Alright, the next question is interesting. It's from Yash Singh. Hi Yash, how are you doing? He says, hi Raj, Yash here, I really like your videos. Recently my Continental GT's front disc and rear disc have been running a bit jammed in the mornings. Does it happen to your bike? Since the showroom guy told him it's very common, and please let me know. And he also asked that, are you planning to do a sub meetup anytime soon? Really looking forward to meet you in person. Alright, well Yash, I just want to let you know that that does not happen in my motorcycle. That was a bullet. That's the sound of a bullet. Well, yeah, and that's a wild boar. I can you imagine? I can make out that's a wild boar. All right, just to let you know, coming back to you, Yash, my bike does not have such problems of making disc noise. And if that guy is saying it's common, it's not common. I think something's wrong with the liner or the calipers. So please get it checked, or maybe even your disc brake oil is literally over. Please get that checked, and it does not get jammed. It's not a good sign. Please take care of your brakes. They are very important for rides. Okay. And about your submeet, where subscribers meet up, I just mentioned beginning of my Q&A that yes, I'm willing to have a next Sunday small tea or coffee meetup where all cafe guys or all the bulleters or any other bikes can join me, and we can have some tea, chill out, have fun, more of a hangout. So I'm pretty much game, and let's do that, and let me know if you are in. Okay, the next question is from Akshay Punj. He says, hi Raj Bhaiya, I want to buy a new Royal Enfield Classic 350 Black. Nice. I never ride a Bullet. I am a beginner to Bullet. What are the tips and hints for me? Well, Akshay, I can go on and on about this. Okay, it's a very long topic, so I won't describe much over here. Why don't you send me an email and I'll describe it. And also, Akshay, I just want to let you know, if you friends and followers and subscribers actually see my videos, I started a journey. There's a standard 500 which I made a person buy who's never ridden a Bullet in his life. Okay, and his name is Yash, with whom I polish my bikes, I chill with him and everything. You can see that. So I'm actually making a rider. I'm actually making a bulleteer. I'm actually trying to educate him about Royal Enfield, so that takes all the right precautions for his motorcycle and make sure nothing goes wrong. Also, safety is very important. Bullet is a heavy bike, so we need to take care. My main tip for you is, Akshay, do not race. All right, always wear a helmet. Be safe. Whenever you have a doubt something's wrong, just hold the clutch, hold the brake, and stop your bike. Your life is more important than what you ride. Okay, so take care of that and send me an email. I'll give you much more tips. Alright, next question is from Rayson Roy. Alright, hey Rayson, what's up? He says, man, all the way with your dedication, you're the only one out there persistent with the Bullet vlogs. Thank you so much. I'm trying my best whenever I can remove time to share all my experiences, all my wisdom, whatever I can, to make you guys a better rider and have fun in life, because riding is really fun, if you take it positively. Okay. And well, his question is that he has a small doubt about standard ES350 and Classic 350. He's 6'3". Wow, you're tall. And planning to book either next week. Almost everyone has got a Classic 350, especially the black one. Also, if all I buy the standard ES350, would changing the rear tire to a thicker 110 MRF Mo Grip IDK would be a good idea. Rayson, bang on. Okay, I personally like the ES a lot, especially the riding feel of that, because so if you see the seat of ES and if you see a standard 500 seat, I really find these seats very comfortable for pillion as well as the rider. Okay, and I really feel ES is a Bullet feel. If you just want a Bullet and you want to ride, and you're 6 feet 3 inches, I think even Classic will be great on you. But yes, ES is a good bike, good carburetor, and has the same engine of a Classic. If you are willing to change the tires, then you'll get all the experience of a Classic with a Bullet feel. All right, that's what's differentiating it. All right, and but make sure the tires are exactly per the size which can fit in the assembly. Okay, do not put spacers, do not do anything with the swing arm just to put a fatter tire. So just be careful there. Try to put a tire which fits in that. If you are planning to put new tires, please think of tubeless. Yeah, it'll do a good job. You can even do long rides with it. Okay, Ajju Bhai. Alright, Ajju Ibrahim has a very good question. I really like this question, Ajju. So hats off to that. First he says, hi Raj, when I see your video, the rider in my inner heart will bump like anything. Thanks a lot. Yes, I'm very passionate about motorcycles. I actually can give up all my cars just for motorcycles, and it's just that the money constraint holds me. But I'm really looking forward for an epic bike, another bike which will help me for rides and everything. I love motorcycles. I eat, breathe and sleep motorcycles. Alright. Well, it says he's planning to buy a 500cc bike, either a Bullet Classic or a Bullet Standard. See, that's a tricky one. I think Ajju already knows that I have a little close connection with the Bullet 500. Well, that's my personal preference, guys. Don't feel offended, all the classic 500 owners. I really like the standard 500 because I love to tune the carburetor as my engine pace. You know, I love that duk duk thuk 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 sound as per my understanding. There are a lot of people complaining about the fuel injection, but I don't see a big problem. However, the maintenance of fuel injection is more. Carburetors are cheaper, fuel injections are expensive, simple as that. Okay, and if your fuel injection, the entire assembly is spoiled, to purchase a whole block it's a little expensive. So on my personal preference, if given a choice between a 500 classic and a standard 500, I won't be biased, I will be honest, I would go for the standard 500 because I personally like it. Alright, the next question is from Rohit Mane. He says, hey Raj, thanks for adding me in the Happy Rider sections. Yeah man, you look good on it. And he says he's about planning a short ride. Yes, definitely I would like to ride. And if possible, he will come from Pune. Oh my god, that'll be awesome. By the way, Rohit, I come to Pune often, so I might also see you anytime if I'm in Pune. And yes, we are planning a small ride, but that's in Mumbai, if that's okay with you. I have mentioned the details initially in this vlog. So if you are happy to come once the ride is confirmed, if it's okay for you to ride from Pune all the way for a tea and coffee to meet us, I don't mind. But it's your choice, but you can come, definitely you can come. Right, Jason, my man. So Jason Roshan says that he's in, count me in for the tea ride, and tell you when the good number of riders who will join, guaranteed. Thanks a lot, Jason. So I think you have a GT, damn. So okay, so then Jason, give me a shout out next Sunday, let's ride for a tea and pan maska. Well, the next question is from Darshan Kadam. He says, hi Raj, my name is Darshan. I have bought a Bullet Electra. Congratulations, Darshan. I wish I can get your picture. And he says that he was planning to chrome the bike's engine and tire. Well, it's a brand new bike. Okay. Can you tell me how much will it cost for me to chrome the tires, as the rims as well as the engine? How long the chrome will sustain and remain on his bike? Well, Darshan, I just want to let you know, it's a brand new bike. Please do not chrome it. Alright, because when a brand new bike has come, the raw materials used very well. The whole engine is brand new. It has everything what it needs. If you want to make it shine like a Mercury, hold on, use the bike, use it for a year. I really recommend for showroom bikes not to chrome them or do anything for at least a year. If you've really screwed the engine a lot, then a year is fine. But you can even put it for 1.5 years. So don't do that. That's not my recommendation. Do you also know to chrome a bike, you have to remove those parts and give it to the chrome guy to chrome it? Remember one thing, Mumbai has a lot of humidity, okay? So chrome does not support humidity, alright, the temperature and everything. So if you are doing your bike completely chromed, it can remain for a year maintained well. If you keep a lot of water on the chrome will go very fast and it'll have these bubble spots on it which will look really bad. So be careful when you chrome it, and even when you do it, it has to be really awesome. The next question is from Justin Joseph, a very nice one. He says, can you do a video on the necessary things and precautions before going on a long ride? 100,000,000% Justin, I'm gonna do that video. I will also talk about some tips. Maybe some people have not captured it because I have been there. I've ridden so many years now, and trust me guys, I have been on rides where I was not even taking care of myself. Open face helmet, no mask on it. I've been on such rides as well, where just wearing a shirt and just going on the jeans. But I would advise a lot of things, and I'll make a video. It was already there in my mind, but it will be dedicated to you. Alright, the next question is from Saqib Ayubi. He says he really likes my videos and likes my channel, and after watching my channel, he's booked the CL500 Classic. Thanks a lot, bro. I hope my advice helped you, and please send me the picture. I can put it in the Happy Rider section. And it says he's very satisfied. He rode his friend's RECL500. He really likes it, and he likes that I'm doing a great job. Thanks a lot. And he says, which is the best, the very best exhaust with the loudest dug 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 sound. Okay, now when you say dug dug dug, it's better. What do you do? Say phat phat phat. Okay, so if you would say that, I would say pataka. But if you're saying dug dug dug, why don't you go for wild boar? That's pretty loud. I've heard that. But be careful, I mean, sometimes it really blasts. So I don't know, maybe you get annoyed after 6 months or 8 months. So be careful but ride safe. So Praveen Kumar is asking me the same question, that he's confused between Bullet 500 standard versus the classic 500 Royal Enfield, and he wants a frank opinion that which is better for performance and everything. I've just answered this question. Check this video, you'll get your answers. Well, I have a question from Kaushal. Kaushal is from Karnataka. He says he wants to ride with me, but he's in Karnataka. What to do? Well, Kaushal, if you invite me to Karnataka, I'll ride down, man. Just arrange my place. I'll be there. So let me know, but not in a hot season. Huh? You arrange everything and I can have a ride to Karnataka, or you can come down to Mumbai and we can chill out. And yeah, Kaushal, congratulations for the TB350. Send me pictures for the happy riders. Narendra Mudgil from Delhi, thanks a lot for such a comment. I really appreciate it, and please watch my channel further, and I hope you enjoy all my videos. Alright, the next question is very important. It's by Gaurav Tyagi. Hi Gaurav. Also, besides that, I have this question asked by 2 or 3 more subscribers, and they're kind of it's like a topic, so I'm going to discuss this at a little bit of a length. Well, so he says I'm very biased. He says I don't favor Classic 350 a lot, which is actually a great bike. Why do I do that? People like Classic 350. Can I go to Ladakh on Classic 350 with my girlfriend? Please answer, Raj. I'll be waiting. Thanks. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Gaurav. Yes, a very good question. That's a personal feeling. But just to let you know, I had 2 Classic 350s. I've mentioned this in my last Q&A also. I'm not biased, okay? Let me give you a good example. Check this out. That's a Harley Davidson 500. And check this out. That's a Harley Davidson 750. Alright? Both have different power, but both look alike. 750 is expensive than 500. Which one should I buy? If I'm going for long rides, which one should I buy? Should I go for the 750 or the 500? Now you tell me. Now coming back to your question, alright? Both Classic 350 and 500 look the same. The only difference is power, engine, and few things here and there, right? The rest exactly looks the same by appearance. So if I am looking for more power, it's but obvious I'll go for the 500. Alright? I'm not forcing people to go for 500. If you see my comparison video, I've made a rider section clearly, which says if you come in that rider category, you can buy a 350. If you come in the other rider category, you can buy the 500. You will not realize this now, but when you actually go to Ladakh and ride a 500 and ride a 350, you'll know the difference what I'm talking about. Yeah, your next question is, can I go to Ladakh on a 350 and can I go with my girlfriend? Going to Ladakh on a 350, 100,000,000% yes. It has been proven, it's been there, it's even gone to Rohtan Pass, it has gone to Khardungla, all the places. So yes, you can. Going with your girlfriend, well, I really don't recommend that, because Classic 350 pillion seat is not comfortable. I'll be very honest, for a long ride. Okay, so if you're planning to take your girlfriend, I feel you can replace the rear seat, and she'll be very comfortable with it, and you can do it. And you take a lot of breaks during Ladakh. Yes. Alright, so this question is from Rahul Aluwalia. Alright, well, Rahul Aluwalia says that the chain maintenance part was spot on, my chain lube video, which he liked. Thanks so much, Rahul. Having changed the chain set due to my negligence in past, I know. Anyways, his question is that, do you feel a difference between the rear disc of a TB and the GT? Because I have a TB 500, rear brake has adequate stopping power but no feel whatsoever. Could I fit the GT's Brembo in my TB? Alright, Rahul, just to answer that, yes, there is a lot of difference between a Brembo brake and the Thunderbird brakes. I have felt that. Yes, there is, and I really like my disc brakes of my GT, and that's why I really like them. They have Pirelli shock ups, they have Brembo brakes, they have Pirelli tires. That's why I purchased this bike. Well, your question is, can you fit the Brembo brakes? Well, you'll have to change the whole assembly. You have to make sure that the calipers could be in sync with your frame right now. Front brake assembly is easier to replace because it's on a very basic assembly, which is one-sided. But on the rear disc brake, there is sprocket, there is chain, there are a lot of things, there is a lever. So I don't know if Brembo can fit in a Thunderbird rear. There should be ample of space. The bike should be designed that way. You can do certain alterations and get it done, but it's a risky job. So try your best. I would recommend that you keep servicing Thunderbird rear disc brakes regularly, and you'll be fine. Well, I hope you guys liked this Q&A session and I hope it was informative. All the questions which I have missed out, please don't worry, comment them, repost them, and I'll reply as soon as possible. Eat well, sleep well, be good. Signing off, Ride with Raj.